Hey! All right, welcome back to the channel. Look, Mom, I'm on TV! Welcome. Happy, there you are. Happy Saturday. Woo, in the weekend. Hope y'all are enjoying it. Hope you're loving it. I know for a fact personally, I stayed up late last night working. I went to bed at like 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I just slept. I slept so much, like 7 hours. Let's not get crazy or anything, but I do remember when I had a regular job that I was getting 3 and 4 hours sleep, and it feels so good to actually get a full night's sleep and be able to do the business. And as of yesterday, it dropped a little bit today, but I'm not going to count that. As of yesterday, my eBay business alone and a rolling 30 days up 72% since I quit my job. 72%. Oh my goodness. That's phenomenal. I think today it's like 67 or 68. But I'm already into my quit time. Like this time last month that I was already listing more and selling more. So compared to what it actually is, or was rather, before I quit my job, it's even more than that. And I just couldn't be happier. I can see the same result on all the platforms that I am on. I am on eBay, I am on Amazon, you name it, just about, I'm there, and I just couldn't be more pleased about the platforms. I could not be more pleased about the business, and I hope y'all are doing good. I hope the sales are just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. One more time for the people in the back, cha-ching, like awesome. Like I really hope that y'all are knocking it out. I hope that the feared summer slowdown isn't hitting y'all. I haven't seen the posts like I have last year, so despite the market going down that everybody talked about, it seems like, at least in my neck of the woods and from what I can see online, that we're not feeling the full impact like we had feared, I guess, or prepared for, hopefully, right? You know, when I quit my job, I did not do it naively that I was entering the best time of the year. No, I knew I was entering the worst time of the year. But could my business sustain me even through the worst part? And my answer ultimately was pretty close. And in reality, it's doing it. Like, it is doing it. And I couldn't be happier, because better times are coming, I do believe. Historically, statistically, better times are on the way. I know last year, about June, it started heading up. Beginning of July, it started to head up. And we are in June, so 30 more days. So let's keep this ball rolling. I don't have a lot to report to you. I had roughly a dozen. I believe it's 11. I'd like to be exact. 11 sales going out last night. So far for this morning, right, in Saturday's run. So far today, I have 9 so far. And as you can see, it's still daylight. I didn't close till 1 a.m. officially. That is nice. I do expect more sales tonight so far. Now it's not a lot of money, so I don't want to get one thing confused with the other. I deal in a lot of small goods. I was talking to my mom, hi Mom, that a lot of what I sell, or at least a portion of what I sell, is very low dollar. I depend on a lot of terms. That's why a few videos back, and I don't know how to link them and say right there or right there, click these yet, but it's coming. At any rate, I was talking about that I'm gearing up to be able to complete 100 sales a day. And those are not the big monster sales, which I do have some of, or the very decent sales that, I'm making $20, $30 for sticking a box in a box. I have those, but that is not necessarily what I sell a lot of. I do sell a lot of smalls, and whether or not they're more time consuming than what they're worth. I'm not going to get into it at the moment because maybe they are, maybe they aren't. I believe a lot of that has to do with operations, how your processes are dialed in. But nevertheless, sometimes it takes quite a few sales just to make my conservative goal. So like I said, right at 9, I believe, for the day so far. Still daylight. I am heading, I mentioned yesterday about the brass objects that I have that need polishing. I wish I would have taken the ones out of the trunk. I hope they're not getting scratched up. I think I stacked them so they won't. But those fire extinguishers that I put on there. Not only that, I have an old ping putter that is brass that needs to be polished. Not to mention that all metal objects like putters and golf clubs, they look better after they've been polished. And if I could run them over a polisher in a minute or two, right, rather than that takes forever and it doesn't do a good job. So I'm on the way, like I said, to get a polisher I think that's what it's called, a buffer. There we go. I also want it for the car. Now, funny enough, that the day I actually started by hand polishing some of the what was residual of the paint oxidation that's on the top of my roof. I do have an older car, and I'd gotten I had been plagued over the last few years with tree pollen, and I got all that off and noticed a cloud of paint oxidation. So I went to buff, and then it was coming out. But the day that I started doing that, go figure, I put a scratch down the side. I've had this car 4 years now, never put a scratch on it, and now I got one that's like that. So anyways. Frustrating, to say the least. So, and I already sprayed some polish over. It ain't coming out. Now, if I ever paint this thing, which I don't know that I am, but if I ever do, it won't be nothing to get it out. Little sand, little putty, little done. I do spray good enough to make that happen. It's just the time and the energy, the want to. I got a lot of getting around to it. Or need to get around to it, however you say that. Anyway, got a lot of projects I could do, but probably not a lot of them that I'm gonna do. I am, despite the shotgun work mentality that I've heard that I have, despite that, I do have a pretty decent focus on staying on task, on the stuff that's important. So prioritize to maximize success, right? So on the way to get that. I don't know that there's any advantage to bringing y'all along with me. I'm going to Harbor Freight for the amount of time that I do believe that I'm going to be using a buffer, a polisher. I don't need a $100 polisher. I don't. The music stand that needs polishing, the putter that needs polishing, the fire extinguisher that needs polishing. Like, I literally, maybe, and this is really going out there, I might use a buffer once a month for 10 minutes. So I don't see spending a lot of money. I read a lot of reviews. Harbor Freight, I believe, I know the limb and cheap and all of that stuff. I have over the last 5 years have really come to enjoy some of their products. And I did, well, case in point, I bought a pump, a submersible pump from them in order to get through the weekend one time, right? Like I'll buy the high dollar one. I need, not necessarily the weekend, but like I need to order it. I need it to come home, so the week or whatever that it takes to get here, I just need to pay, instead of the $400 I paid for the pump that came, I need to buy this pump. I think I paid like $80 for it, right? And I just needed it over the weekend. Fast forward almost 4 now? Yes, 4 years later, that pump still runs every 2 days, every 3 days, every 4, well, it's a float, right? But yes, it steadily runs daily, just about and it just keeps going and going. And I got the high dollar one sitting over in the corner in case I ever need it. Like, but in all honesty, if I had it to do over again, I think I would just get a backup Harbor Freight one. But either way, so it's neither here nor there. Getting a buffer so I can polish that stuff, so I can sell that stuff, so I can buy more stuff, so I can sell more stuff, so I can buy more stuff, so I can, you with me? Sell more stuff. Yes! Looks like it's gonna storm, man. I pretty well hit these stores. I don't even know. I do need another dresser, so I will hit one Walmart, but I've hit them both in the last 24 hours, and I really don't anticipate, I keep saying that, I need to anticipate finding something. I just don't need to spend too long looking for it if they don't have it, because I know for those that are in RA or even garage sales, you know, thrift arbitrage, whatever, you know, you want to get in and get out. You want to maximize the dollars per minute, the hourly rate of this thing. You know, I can hunt through every, you know, just think if I scanned every item in every Walmart every time to find the hidden clearance, my hourly rate would be trash. Now, not saying that I don't, well, actually I haven't in a while, but in previous times, not to say like I would go in for the low-hanging fruit, right, and then scan half of an aisle or a quarter of an aisle, and then the next day come in looking for the low-hanging fruit and scan another half of an aisle or whatever, you know, and slowly work my way through where, you know, now instead of spending hours and hours and hours, you know, I spend 20 minutes shooting that shot, trying to come up with something. Yeah, I don't do that a whole lot anymore. In all honesty, the low-hanging fruit is generally where the money is at for me. Now, I've heard with saturation rates, and I call it sell-through rates because more people have the low-hanging fruit, that it's not profitable. I don't find that to be true. I do believe sometimes there's patience involved. I don't believe that you can necessarily get your money out quick. But ultimately, I do believe that for the dollars, it works out better that way. Like I said, I don't see the point in taking y'all in, even though I think I can now as far as the splicing and stuff. I don't know if y'all seen the difference in the last video. I don't know what differences there will be in this video because I don't really have any you know, buys or anything else, but we'll see what happens. We're gonna play this fast and loose and see how it all shakes out, and I have no idea what that means, so if it means something bad, whatever, but I've seen it on a movie one time and it's stuck with me my whole life. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.